Good morning, children. Today we are going to start our geography, and the topic is lesson is resources. We will study the following topics today: what is resource, importance of resources, types of resources, which are natural and man-made. This is a very good lesson just related to our daily life. So first is, what is resource? Anything which is available for us, for all the human beings, naturally or man-made, is a resource which is equally used by every person, equally distributed for all. So such as rivers, mountains, forests, animals, bridges, industries, roads, these all are resources for us. With the help of these resources, we can develop our nation and we can perform a variety of work in our society and in country. So what is the importance of resources? Resources are giving us a variety of benefits. If you will think about the rivers, then what is the benefit of the river? Rivers are the source of water, fresh source of water. They are collecting water from the rain. The catchment area of the river, you know that what is catchment area means from where the rain water is collecting and going towards the rivers. Here, this water of the river is used for making hydroelectricity, irrigation and fisheries, boating, like this. In this way, they are much important for us. You know that rivers are also known as the lifeline of a country. If you will go to history, you will find that all the civilization had been developed on the bank of the different rivers. Here, mountains. Next is the mountain. Mountain is abundant source of wood, timber, medicinal plants, herbs, shrubs, and they are giving shelter to animals and birds and other insects. And these mountains are also attracting the rain, which is very beneficial for the country like India, where still today the agriculture is dependent on nature. It means on rainfall. Next is the forest. You know that from the forest we are getting many things. First is wood and timber. Second, leaves. Tendu leaves. Tendu is a tree which is found abundantly in our state Jharkhand. This is the leaves of this tree is used for making bidi, which is toxic but used, and plate you have eaten in the occasions of marriage, birthday, like this on leaf plate. Kusum is a tree from where we are getting the gums. Many uses of the forest, and forest also helps in soil erosion. They are checking the soil erosion as their roots are binding the soil particles together. They attract the rain, they clean the environment. As you know that trees are breathing in carbon dioxide and giving us oxygen. In this way, these resources are useful for all of us. Here, human beings, animals, everyone are getting benefited by this resource. Types of resources. This is a very vast area where we will find the different types of resources. But in short here, we are going to study about, we are dividing this into two parts, natural resource and man-made resources. As name given natural resource, it means it has been given us by the nature, and we are getting from the nature God gifted, such as mountain, rivers, plains, forest, rainfall. These are the resources given by the God. Where man-made resources, you know that factories, roads, buildings and other constructions, railway lines, airport, like this, they are coming under the heading of man-made resources. Again we can divide this into two, natural resource into two, biotic and abiotic. Biotic, you have studied this also in bio. Biotic means having the life. You can also say that living and non-living. Biotic means having life. Abiotic means they have not life. Now biotic, having life, fish, source for food, hen, chicken, goat, cow, buffaloes, they are giving us meat. Earlier, now we have changed our agricultural system where there is very less use of oxen. Earlier, oxen were the main part of our agriculture. They are coming under biotic resource, and these biotic resources are much helpful for our benefit of development, such as many people are engaged on the business related to this biotic resource. Next is the abiotic, means they have not any life, such as mountain, river, plains. These are abiotic resource. These abiotic resource, it will include roads also, but roads are not natural, they are man-made. Here, these two resources we have, and we should have to find the differences between them. As you have studied differences between living things and non-living things, here you will study about biotic resource and abiotic resource. Most of the points we have discussed there. Next is the man-made. You will study later that human is also a resource. How? First resource is that we have to develop, such as from earlier times, hundreds and hundreds of years ago, rivers were there, but very less people have used the water of the river. Forests were available. Coal inside the earth is available from millions of years, hundreds, thousands of years, but nearly 200 years earlier, we have started to use the coal. It means this is biotic and abiotic, and when we develop anything for our use, it will be termed as resource. So coal is also a resource. Man-made resource. Dam is an example for man-made resource. Dam is also known as a multi-purpose project. How? First, what is dam? Perhaps you have studied that once the motor was known as sorrow of Jharkhand area. Earlier Bihar and Jharkhand was this one. Koshi is still known as sorrow for Bihar. The Modar was known for the sorrow of Bengal also, but today we have made many dams on it to check the flow of the river. Then what is the benefit of for checking? First, this water is used for making hydroelectricity. As you know that in dams, water is stored as a potential energy, and when they are falling on the turbine, kinetic energy is produced, and this potential and kinetic energy, when they combine, mechanical energy is produced. And on the turbine, when flow of water is there with very high pressure, the turbine has started to move, and turbine is a machine which is giving electricity by running the shaft. You will see that in marriage celebration and any occasion you have seen that there is a generator. It has two parts. One part is having the engine which is giving the smoke. Another side is a motor like a structure which is generator or dynamo. When engine is moving, the shaft of the generator is also moving. In this way we are giving the electricity. On the same pattern we are getting electricity from the dam, and the machine is known as turbine. Second, when the level of the water is high, we can transport it to different areas with the help of canal, and this water will be used in the field for irrigation in the time of need. Second benefit. Third benefits by the multi-purpose dam project is fisheries. What is the store of water? We can use it for fisheries. Fourth is for recreational purpose such as boating, and most of the dams have become a tourist place, attraction of the tourist. Next, we will continue this lesson, and I am going to give you few questions.